What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Root. So I'm going to review a 2011 mixtape by Frenchie of 1017 Brick Squad and pitches like that. Basically, this particular product is called Concrete Jungle, and it came out in the fall of 2011. Now, the Fair's Bill here, for folks who don't know, it's full bound. Now, I don't know if it's full bound 1017 Brick Squad, because that was kind of I think Brick Squad Monopoly was Waka Flocka's sub-label around that time in the early 2010s, but 1017 Brick Squad was Gucci Mane within these pitches. But yeah, particularly Frenchie of Brick Squad was an offshoot of like Gucci Mane's particular sub-label that was popping off in like the late 2000s, early 2010s, pitch like that. So I wanted to get this, folk. It's been a little bit since I've covered like some full-bound Gucci Mane type fare within these aspects. There's plenty of these type folk. Now, a series of these folks like Just Rich Gates, Tay Don, some of these type folks are going to show up way later throughout 2026. I've reviewed a series of these folks across like the past good while, but it's this kind of pitch. They're just kind of caught in the backlog pitches like that, but they are going to surface. So definitely wanted to get the Frenchies. Another one of these type folks that just was kind of in the trenches. They had a lot of particular ballistic kind of snarl and pitch like that. Some of these type varieties that just really tears the door off the hinges, pitch like that. So it's just excellent type varieties getting towards this. Easy enough kind of recommendation. Fuck with this one here is just kind of pitch for us saying this is amidst like the crest of like some real vicious kind of Datpiff mixtape type snarl pitch like that. Some of these type bears. Particularly if you don't know, is full bound who Frenchie is. He popped up on at least a couple early 2010s Gucci Mane projects. I think he was at least, he might have been on the State vs. Radrick Davis from 2009, but I know he was on like the particular, he was at least on Ferrari Boys from the summer of 2011 with Gucci Mane and Waka Flocka as far as this first album. So within those pitches, as far as saying, it's kind of, that's a real particular CD type album pitch like that, but it did have like some above ground within those aspects for us, like the fairs. Just kind of the aspect is like those fairs were starting to happen, but it tapered off when Gucci Mane started going to prison, a whole bunch of pitches like that. But some good type varieties, the death of Slim Duncan, some of those fairs kind of sabotaged some of the Gucci Mane going to prison, Slim Duncan's death, some of those at first kind of sabotage things, but it's within pitch as far as saying it's not to say it's full bound as if it was those particular faults, but just the pitch amongst it. But this is the fair, this is some prime era type shit within these products here as far as these pitch gonna go. Real classic mixtape, just being able to say pitches like that. So there's 15 songs that are original songs out this particular product. There's 19 songs in this mixtape, 3 skits, an outro, which is basically the same song as the last song you hear on here, which is Bananas as far as these fairs gonna happen. This kind of pitch as far as saying, and then there's one particular song, and then there's one particular song, MDE Freestyle, that's a freestyle to a Wu-Tang particular banger, which is Ice Cream as far as the first guy. So excellent type pitch, but paying attention towards it. I'm not sure if this particular mixtape had like a single off it or something like that. It was kind of pitched, some of these type ones were starting to get towards some of those type products. It was starting to happen within those senses, but this kind of pitch, this is definitely amidst like the Datpiff, Grease, and some of these type ordeals, but it does have a couple of these on here. I would definitely say some of these type ones, like I would feel like Working Chick is a pretty good type one, Money 2 is a pretty hitting type one for like some radio glam on here, just some pitches like that, I'd say. Out of Time's another good nice one within some type aspects. There are some ones that kind of have within that relative type flavor, just kind of like buzzing, kind of like the same variety as like you would get off like a Roscoe Dash type hook, something like that, but just not quite as capital, not quite as commercial kind of capital within those senses, but with a good step in the right direction within some stuff fairs. It's kind of pitch. I don't think Frenchie got to the point of having like, I think Slim Duncan and like particular folks, like some of those extra type folks like Debo, some stuff folks were probably next in line within some of these type pitches, but some good type varieties that he was pretty good. Excellent wingman that was starting to pop off within those pitches when talking about the Gucci Mane type fair pitches like that. But let's be honest, it's a definite ferocity here looking after it, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about some of these within these aspects of me looking after it. Trying to think of anything else to kind of cover within these pitches. So it's kind of the fair as far as saying, just to stay on top of that within some type aspects as far as talking about just the variety as far as like the particular fair about this mixtape is just the factoid that it does have like some city kind of source within these aspects as far as just like it has a pretty good type aspect of like being more amidst like the hustlers makeshift. So this has a little bit more within the fair, like the snap of like the grit of like the day fair. Not so much at like, I mean there's maybe 1 or 2 morning songs in here at least at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. pitch like that, but within the variety as far as saying paying attention towards it, kind of the pitch as far as saying it has some of these type fairs for like oil change days and tire air up, some of these type pitches within a variety of just like particular type fair, just like the day conduct and this standard task of this particular day mode type hustle, just within a hustler's makeshift type product. So it's kind of pitched more so than within some of these type varieties. It's not so much within the trap kind of post up this. I think you could probably throw in like the hustlers type makeshift within like a dealing type aspect on top of that, but it's kind of pitched as far as saying it has like a pretty, the aspect behind it is kind of, it's more like Gorilla Zoe more so than Jeezy with some of those type aspects. It's not as much within the full bound typeness of being amidst like the particular didn't feel as much full bound of miss like the drops and propaganda as far as these particular fairs can have when you think of like contraband and fairs like that. Since I pitched it just didn't feel, despite the fact that the mixtape covers seeming to depict otherwise, it kind of felt like a little bit more straightforward, kind of with an aspect of like the grind mode type fashion. So it's just kind of missed the pitch saying just the day fair, just pickups like that, gas station type fare, getting like the product, just Fritos type fairs, standard pitches like throwing some gal favors in there on top of that. Some type pitches, picking up like a nice air freshener or something like that. Some type pitches, or just pitches of like a rear view mirror kind of plushie or something like that. Some of those pitches. But looking after here within these aspects, so just the pitch as far as saying paying attention towards it, just getting towards the day product of it. It actually felt like probably maybe 20-23% of the time some of those type pitches, it kind of was in like club type mode, more missed the pitch. It didn't have as much full bound fury with the aspect of like hard in the paint type songs. This might have had some Lex Luger type productions on here. Information's kind of minimal, but for the most part it's probably like a fourth of the time or a fifth of the time kind of being more club kind of carnage pitch like that. But it does have some good fashion. Does have some good fashions, so like particular Hustlers makeshift kind of post-hour type grind pitches like that. But paying attention towards it. So Concrete Jungle, the title track is a hitting type one. It's like a searing hot turn up to get and block post up. I definitely say here just some usuals kind of get towards that. Just Fritos pickups, Colt 45 pickups, pitch like that. It's kind of a, that would say Colt 45 on decks, and it's this very lit type song. It's a miss like the day grind kind of within the weavings of it, so it's just kind of probably more 4:30, 6:30 p.m. pitches like that, but just kind of missed the fray. Just good aspects for like 2011 type fare, just traditional kind of prime Datpiff pitches like that. So just some of that standard fare. Now it is to say about this mixtape that you have to, the only real place I was able to find this mixtape was on a website that you might have to purchase the mixtape in order to download a pitch like that, or at least become a member, which might cost money. But within these pitches, I question if it is on YouTube, some stuff airs, but it's just a pitch as far as saying commonplace, considering that it's approximately 15 years old. Pitch like that is kind of within the fair, just like older fashion type pitches, but it's fair as far as saying good pitches about it. But Fully Armored is a real hitting type one. This good excellent aspects here is like a classic drill and Waka Flocka style, kind of hard in the paint type rumble pitch like that. Just definite paint rumble to kind of get some of these type varieties of just that same sort of aspects. Lex Luger type fare, kind of definitely kind of like a club bull pit kind of noise, I'd say. Just kind of run up the gal tab on top of that. So just the fare, if you're just getting like towards the standard mess hall type gab pitch like that, just kind of get towards like the standard mess hole type vibe pitch like that, just going hella hard with your pals pitch like that. Just kind of fair, just running up that particular fare, keeping some, having good aspects of gal shit kind of being in mind on top of that. Just have a few Alizé shots nearby on the aspect on top of that. Just particular type fairs, good meme article to pay attention to. Some of the products within it, just good pitch like that, kind of keep the aspect of it going. Good excellent aspects. Some of these type ones, Doubt Me is a hit type one within these aspects, as well as like an excellent kind of routine traffic gallivant to get here and break free, I'd say, within Sunset Fairs. Just the usual snarl within Sunset aspects, just pick up like pens. It's kind of missed the day fair, kind of like Concrete Jungle, but just kind of more within commute vehicle wise pitch like that. Just pick up things like pens for like envelopes and checks, like envelopes and checkbook fare pitch like that, and zigzag pickups, Sunset Fridays amongst it. So just getting a miss like the day fair pitch like that, just some of those type ones that this is like a relief of like the fair, but just kind of this leftover type products that just like the slag of it, just half of the day taken care of, or a good portion of the day taken care of, just getting towards the rest of it, just kind of break free of just like getting towards it. Probably easily enough though, like some Arby's in there pitch like that. So it's kind of within the aspect, just it's more, there's some township typeness about this particular product within these excellent type pitches. So it's the fair as far as saying just the extra aspects of getting some good excellent Taco Bell runs kind of going. Taco 12 packs definitely excellent and blistering within Sunset pitches. Good excellent products about it, but just kind of neighborhood utility type fairs, pick up pens, Sunset aspects with a ton of pitches. Heaven and Hell's real hitting type ones, like a grand throwback to 2000s kind of DJ drama, commute kind of surfing pit. Heaven and Hell's like a grand throwback to 2000s kind of DJ drama, commute surfing, I'd say pitches like that. Just some tire air ups, some of these type fairs, oil change type fairs within the pitch behind it. It's kind of drab type fair pitches like that, but it's kind of variety. It's in that traditional kind of Jeezy, Yo Gotti type fashion pitches like that. Some stuff ones just feels ripped out of 2006. Some stuff fairs just within that leftover kind of blueprint and DJ drama type fashion. Some stuff aspects, but just kind of the fair, just good kind of underground kind of radio glam. Just feels like more of like a dedication and like Can't Ban the Snowman type variety pitches like that. But it's just the aspect as far as saying good excellent products that just kind of Walmart type runs and fairs like that. Just kind of some of these stuff fairs that just taking care of day tasks that just is like crossing the T's, dotting the I's type fairs within Sunset pitches, just amongst the aspect, just kind of getting the snap of it going pitches like that. My City's another hitting type one, good aspects like amidst some bustle and Arendine kind of get here, just kind of like a brown paper bag kind of day pitch like that with some beer in there, pitches like that. Sunset fairs just have Have like some Heineken type fare or Smirnoff pitch like that. Definite Taco Day kind of throw in on top of that. Chunk the Deuce with Pals, some of these type aspects. This Holla type tune, kind of see what's up with them. Pitches like that, some of these type fares. It's a good Holla to kind of get to. So just out in the city type fare, just being productive. Pitches like that, just amongst the fray. So some good kind of neighborhood type bops, but just less kind of neighborhood within the residential sense, just more kind of within the product of this like town square type aspects, and more amidst where the gas station kind of more collective kind of activity where there's going to be some folks kind of get some pounds from pitches like that amongst some stuff, right? So good type pitches about it, but just pickups like that, obviously getting zigzags some stuff aspects. Money too is a nice one within these aspects here. It's like a solid kind of morning bound kind of rise and shine to get within these products. Just feeling chipper and diligent. I'd say some of that fares about it. Just kind of make muffins, kind of grab amidst some of that morning type fare. Just kind of a push to get within these fries as far as just in the stack and taking care of pitches like that. It's good type varieties to have some of these type ones in the aspect. This was kind of the sound that was starting to be burgeoned into throughout like the later era, like the 2010s pitch like that, some type varieties. So it's kind of pitches some of these type ones, thinking about like Drake starting to do ones like this, in particular folks like Kanye and Big Sean. Some of these type folks are starting to get towards some of these type ones. Mac Miller, some of these type folks are kind of getting towards that. So it's kind of pitch as far as saying just the aspect to kind of it's a good type varieties. This is like for a folk like Frenchie, who's always been kind of more kind of like Datpiff kind of grease and grip pitches like that. It's kind of fair. It's like a good aspect of like an above ground type one to kind of get to within these products. It is something to listen to within those fares like 8 o'clock in the morning. If you do have to pick up, if you're on kind of like a Hardee's and kind of McDonald's type morning, sense of pitch when the time, but just good aspects kind of get towards it. Just standard fares like that, high V type mornings pitch like that, sense of aspects. Bananas is a nice type one on here. It's like a nice horror trap and red skies kind of relish and cruising to get here within these products. Just wild out with your pals. Definitely some of these that pitch to just loud pack vehicle type fare pitch like that. Just really getting crunk. Some of these type aspects. Just later on kind of mission type fare kind of within these tones. This is kind of more within the variety of more King Gordy type style pitch like that. Accent type varieties get towards it, but this kind of pitch as far as saying feels less like it's like a good blended trap with this like horrorcore within sunset pitch. So I like the aspects as far as having some of these type ones. So some enjoyable type aspects amongst these type ones, getting towards the product to talking about within these varieties as far as just like it's more horrorcore bound type turn up pitches like that. So within the varieties first talking about just good type pitches. Now it's kind of within the aspect of not a ton of type folks within like the Datpiff type format. When you start getting past like King Gordy and Bizarre and some of these type folks and Brother Lynch Hung, some of these type folks in the aspect of just wasn't as much full bound within some of these type varieties amongst it. But it's just kind of the aspect as far as saying Meek Mill, French Montana, Yo Gotti would occasionally do a song like this, but it's just good aspect kind of get some of this stuff there. So it's just horror bound. It's a good nightmarish kind of red skies, kind of horrorcore type trap music within those pitches. A good varieties amongst it. Particularly 3D is the hitting type ones, like a tripping hard and sniggering type song kind of get here. Good pitches about it. Just some DVD pickups, I'd say. Grab like a nice laugh of a movie like Chuck and Larry, sense of aspects, good pitch like that. Throw some Cheez-Its in there, pitches like that, since they're probably just kind of keep like the fare about it. Just the productive type fare was not as much, just like to make it less of a trudge pitches like that. Just some Bay pickups to probably throw in some of these type fares on top of that. Just get like some standard fares, pick up like the House Bunny, one of these type ones just for standard playing pitches like that. Some of these type aspects, kind of a chatty type song within these aspects as well. Just kind of miss like the fare, just like neighborhood swoop ins, pitches like that. Miss like the township. Some of those type fares just feeling chats and some aspects within the tone of just like the standard just post up with folks pitches like that amongst things that varieties just within the aspect of the enjoyment factor. Some of these type fares but good pitches about it. Another nice song with some polish would be Working Chick within these ordeals. This has Juicy J on here, so it's kind of pitch. Paying attention to some of the guests on here. There are some folks that are kind of on here pitches like that. There's a few folks that are even more low key. I should look into some of these type folks like Zoe Bala, Sony, Chips Rue, Cat Named Greedy, or Folk Named Greedy, Folk Named Essence. Joffy's on here, Desi. There's plenty of these type folks. A folk named John Depp. So some aspects kind of on here. Plenty of these type folks just with an aspect, just finding some further type varieties. But Juicy J is on Working Chick. Just be able to say, yeah, Working Chick's like a good mixtape kind of radio glam to get here, just buzzing through town. Some of these type aspects, just romps and pickups. I definitely say, just grab like swishers. Some of these plush type some of these good plush type aspects for like a starlet pitch like that, since that price within it. So it's kind of pitch part of saying just, yeah, getting like the fuzzy dice, sense type aspects, some of these type tones within the pitch are just like rear view kind of swag, bedroom kind of swag pitches like that, sense that price amongst it. It's a good, nice type of appeal. Very similar to like some of the tunes off of like particular Dream Chasers by Meek Mill, like Get This Money, good pitch like that. So just good varieties amongst some of that type fair. Just pickups, definitely some of those type varieties get hell, great switch with some type aspects. Grind hard's real hitting type ones. One of these type ones for like some real blitzing type turn up pitches like that. It's like a raw and engaging kind of drill snarl to get here. The hit tune Grind Hard is like a raw and engaging kind of drill snarl to get here, pitch like that, just fresh off of Muzak type fair, so stuff aspects, this house party kind of beeline, I'd say here, figure out the fair, just like what's going on, folks, like that, just kind of some red cup kind of swamp to get to, so within the pitch, just within the blink of an eye, probably say just within the pitch, just within a blink of an eye, having a red cup in your hand, so stuff pitch is really getting towards the tear up, but just like the good slosh type factor, some of these type aspects, but just kind of missed the pitch, just miss the pitch, just conduit type fair, just to miss some of those type varieties. Plenty of these type songs, obviously songs like Doubt Me, Heaven and Hell, My City, Concrete Jungle, Sun type one. So it's just kind of that leftover type slag of just 545, 615 pitches like that, but just kind of getting towards the fair, just kind of beelining around pitches like that. Sun type varieties, just getting towards the next most Sun type aspects and the tone about it, and then just yeah, definitely Grind Hard is enjoying like the break free sounds type initial type moments, is getting towards the crunk typeness. So this real nice smog type factor about the song that's real hitting, that just puts emphasis on like the quality of the song even further. Good pitch like this. Let's get towards the slosh type factor, good pitch like that. Definitely Polished Divas looking real caked up, pitches like that. So no surprise, this pitch for us saying just really trying to definitely going to spit lean tonight, pitches like that. So no surprise, good pitches amongst it. Kind of with an aspect on top of that as far as saying AO is a hitting type ones, like a Red Hot kind of traditional kind of Gucci Mane and Flocka type day grease to get here. Usual grip about the song, pitch like that. Just several tacos in your system. Sunset Fairs just kind of missed the pitch. Just like Mixtape kind of gab with pals, pitch like that. So this neighborhood kind of commenting, but just kind of more within the pitch. It's kind of curriculum of some of these type fairs, just like the aspect like the neighborhood type shit pitches like that. Sunset Fairs that kind of go along with that. Songs like this should definitely take folks back to like 2011, 2010, 2013, since that fair's in the aspects as far as like these particular tones about it, kind of having just further type hits within the pitch as far as talking about the particular flair about it. Snare Mixtape, Gossip, and Hollow pitches like that amongst things that probably is a good pitch as far as these fairs going to go. I don't think I'll talk about Monster. Definitely have to talk about Monster. This is the only song that has Waka Flocka on here, pitches like that. So there's a good assortment of folks, like I was saying, other type folks kind of within the slime of like the Datpiff type fair. Need to see about some type folks. But Waka Flocka is on Monster, which is a pretty superb type. Which is a pretty excellent type standout pitch like that. It's like a superb kind of demon time thrills to get here. Some of these type aspects, just chirping folks. I definitely say pick up like some vodkas, cheap vodkas, or just any type of vodkas. Grey Goose, some of these type ones. Absolute, some of these type fairs. Just grab like emphatic kind of Arby's. Just fairs like that really get filled up, get crunk as fuck within these aspects. Just definitely getting zapped today in pitch like that. Some of these type varieties. Definite TGIF type mode, not to say it has to exclusively be to Friday, but just the picture, just like good type flares, just that sort of particular energy of just like that particular type mode of just the excitement real high, emphatic type flares, some of these type aspects, a good definitely good snarl pitch like that. I'm not sure, there's a couple more songs I'm not sure if I talk about. I don't think I'll talk about Play No Games. I don't think I'll talk about Out of Time, so I'm going to talk about Play No Games. Play No Games, the hitting type ones, like a stellar kind of nightclub burner. You get here, just traditional kind of Lex Luger type heat, I'd say. Very similar to like songs like particular off this project, like Fully Armored, some of these type ones within these aspects. Just like good, nice tune, get Patron shots pitched like that, just get loud to, get the homie. Get Patron shots too, pitched like that, get the homies riled, pitched like that, sentence type rise, really get crunk within these aspects. Traditional type carnivorous type roundup pitch like that, just excellent with the variety, like the particular blitziness, a good type variety kind of getting towards the crunk type factor. Just plenty of these type ones obviously within rotation. Lex Luger, not sure full-bound who produced this particular one, but it's within pitch, just saying that traditional kind of, definitely some excellent kind of factory kind of Datpiff type heat within these products for us, like the fair about kind of having. So just further type ones, good nice fair to get these clocked in definitely within these pitches. I think the last one I haven't talked about on here is Out of Time. As far as these pitches can have, Out of Time is nice as well. It's like a good jet along to get here. Just Out of Time is like some good jet along tunes to get here. Pitches like that, just daytime kind of snack runs, I'd say, and get done. So within these products, just within it, just good mixtape radio kind of zap within some of these products amongst these fairs. These particular tunes like some good mixtape radio kind of zap within these products as far as these fairs going to happen. Yeah, Out of Time definitely feels like Jim Jones and Max B. Some of these products, a good type pitch. The hook on here definitely reminds like a Max B type hook ripped out of 2006 pitch like that, but just kind of feels like a Gray Skies kind of slag type day. Some of the aspects, just kind of Tech 9 style type push. Some of the aspects, the way you get songs like particular Keep On, Keeping On. Some of the aspects when the tone kind of about it, but just kind of that particular, it's kind of sloggy ass day kind of just. It's kind of sloggy, dredgy ass day, kind of just 2 o'clock p.m. random snack run. Some of this stuff here is just get the shit done. Some of this extra time. get the shit done within the rest of the day product as far as these pitches kind of happen. So just kind of the aspect of this, like particular, just kind of conduit type moments, some of these stuff fares within the aspects as far as paying attention, but it's kind of the fair alike. Feels dredgy but still productive within the aspects as far as paying attention, like the feels dredgy but still productive within like the get along type factors. A good pitch like that, probably throw like some Doritos in your system on top of that, some type fares amongst that. So that's the fair about this mixtape as far as these fares gonna happen. So 10 out of 10 mixtape within these ordeals. Just being able to say on top of that, the social score would probably get, I think it has a high enough grade within these products, but I'd probably more or less say like a 9.75, because like I was saying within some stuff pitches, there are some excitement type moments on here, but it's not as full. The velocity kind of about it has like the grade of this extra type stuff to kind of throw in on top of that, so it is kind of a balanced breakfast type mixtape within some stuff ordeal. It's kind of the pitch as far as saying some morning songs, some day fare to kind of get like the aspect. It's not to say within a problem because it keeps it interesting. Definitely within these pitches, having like the Colt 45s, the Doritos, Sinister pitches, like the plushes and the fuzzy dice for like the Danes pitches like that, Sinister Varieties, was kind of the pitch as far as saying paying attention towards it here. That in terms like the throw your weight around, really get sloshed as hell pitch like that type varieties, like fully armored, play no games, and monsters, some of these type ones. Out of the 15 songs that are kind of on here within those pitches, it's really probably only about 3 or 4, maybe 5 at the most within some of the pitches. So this kind of probably just the traditional type fare, but it has the aspect of like this day bustle kind of with an aspect of like the weavings around, whether it is just DVD pickups or just standard fares, getting tire fill ups and stuff, as extra type products, or just Walmart type runs and day products as far as just picking up maybe things like WD-40 or pitches like that, sensitive aspects, just extracurricular type fare, getting napkins, and stuff pitches, extra type fries, paper towels, and stuff aspects and tone, just pitches as far as these fries gonna have in grocery type fares, some of these type tones. It's not necessarily sober within these pitches to the point where it's like has to be straight edge, where it's just kind of standard disc grip and grease, but it's just kind of pitches for us saying this has like a productive kind of factor about it just within the emotion typeness. It's kind of fair as far as saying with the aspect. Not terribly many house party type songs on here pitched like that, but it's just probably just the get up of some of this is just more motion type fair, and then the occasional type Benny type bang pitch like that. But it's not to say like it's a square type out and just pitch like that, just paying attention. But good type variety, so 9.75 social pitches like that, just being able to say, does have some radio glam on here, some of these type pitches on top of that, just being able to say some of these type ones like Working Chick, Money Too, and like I feel like Heaven and Hell, some of these type ones have some good relative glam type factor pitch like that. There's another type one on here, like I was saying, that was kind of like the Max B type song. I think it was like Out of Time, some stuff ones, so good pitches like that. Some stuff ones, it does have some factors, but it's just kind of probably good to use the hook from someone like particular like Roscoe Dash, something like that. But other than that, it's just the glam factor is real high on here, good pitch. So just be honest, it does have the hooks. Just be honest, it's not. It's just more grease glam within those aspects. A good accent pitch. But yeah, 10 out of 10 mixtape, like I was saying, 9.75 socials within pitch for us saying. Now within the variety, concern that these particular days from the fury when Frenchie was the shit and pitches like that was kind of more 2008, 2010 to 2012 sensitive pitches. But he did probably have products at least throughout the 2010 sensitive fairs. Datpiff is no longer around within sensitive pitches. I would question. I don't think Frenchie really ever dropped an album sensitive pitches like a number of these Gucci Mane type folk, but it's kind of the pitch as far as saying the excellent aspect. There's plenty of these, then you might. It's basically to be said to treat like these particular kind of Gucci Mane and Brick Squad type folks like. It's definitely to be said to treat these Gucci Mane and 1017 Brick Squad type folks, their mixtapes, like albums as far as these press games. Excellent with the pitch as far as talking about it, just getting towards that sort of specific type variety as far as these pitch kind of having, just paying attention to like the thunder of it, the pitch like that. So just excellent blistering type Harrison stuff pitches, just being able to say, but I look after here, just the concept of the future, like I said, there's probably a number of these. I noticed that there were more than a few on particular rate your music pitch like that. So plenty of these type varieties. Classic mixtape, easy being able to say, good thunder gets you in motion, pitch like that, just appreciating like the day scene, some of these stuff here is just amongst the product of this, like the out and the goings on pitches like that with the occasional thunder on top of that to kind of keep things spicy, and also get some taco fare, good pitches like that thrown in, I'd say.